Hello Capricorn, welcome back to my channel. This is Skeleton Key Tarot and this is a tarot card reading for Capricorn. All Capricorn placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Wherever you've got Capricorn in your chart or in your life, there's something in this message for you. And as always, cross watchers are welcome here too. So let's begin. Messages for Capricorn, please. First message. Okay, you've got to go for something. You've got to go for it. You're being encouraged. There's so much potential here. There's unlimited potential, unlimited possibility. The future is open to you. The future has yet to be written. There's something you're taking a leap. You've got to have faith in yourself. You've got to do it even if you're afraid, even if you're tired. Doing it anyway. There's a new adventure. Something is calling you. There's a new journey, a new saga, a new era, a new chapter of your life. Queen of Swords. You may be making some important decisions. There may be an important conversation that's a part of this, cutting certain things out of your life, speaking the truth from your own personal perspective very clearly, regardless of what other people think. Speaking your truth and letting it be known in no uncertain terms. There could be an air sign here that could be important. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements in your chart or somewhere in your life. The Queen of Swords is sometimes a harsh, bitter, cold personality. This character has suffered a lot in her life. There's the Lovers, Gemini. She's been through a lot. She's learned a lot of hard lessons. She can be quite sad and sometimes quite angry underneath. She wears a type of poker face. She can be hard to read. She tends to keep her emotions to herself. She doesn't like to be vulnerable. She doesn't like to open up in that way. She very seldom opens up in that way, even among her closest friends and family. It's sometimes hard to get to know her and it's hard to be with her. She may be a widow, divorced. She's also sometimes known as the pirate's wife. The Lovers is Gemini, more air sign energy. The Lovers is a choice, it's a decision, but it's also a partnership. It could be to do with siblings or with a romantic relationship. But there's a choice to stay or to go, to continue where you're at now or to find a new way for yourself. The Lovers, Gemini, is also ruled by Mercury. Mercury is a planet of messages and communication. Okay, we've got the King of Swords came out with the Ten of Wands at the same time. Now we've got the Queen of Swords, the Lovers, the King of Swords. Okay, so interesting. Something's coming to an end. This may be the end of a love relationship or some kind of partnership, whether it's in love or business or whatever. The end of a long, difficult, arduous cycle. The King of Swords is hard to read, okay? Much like the Queen of Swords. Cold, rational, logical, very serious, very stern, judgmental. He makes a good judge. He's very impartial. But he's very serious. He's very goal-oriented. And yeah, this definitely strongly implies that a relationship is coming to an end. Some kind of divorce or separation, some kind of estrangement, living separately. We've got the Lovers here. I noticed that the female character is on the left and the male character is on the right. And in this reading, the Queen of Swords is on the left and the King of Swords is on the right. So we have this clear separation of the feminine on the one hand, the masculine on the other. These two are mirroring each other. These two agree. I think they are agreeing to separate. They both feel the same way. They're both thinking the same way. They have the same ideas. They agree with each other. So for some of you, this seems like the end of a relationship. For others, it may be that you're getting into a partnership that is intellectually compatible, where you share the same ideas, you have the same similar mindset. There's a kind of agreement here. It's almost like an amicable divorce. I get divorced because the King and Queen of Swords is the divorced couple, the separated couple. Not only are they independent of each other, they are no longer together. You know, King and Queen of Wands both have their own kingdom. They're independent of each other, but they are in love with each other and they choose to visit each other. You know, they both have their own kingdom, but they're still a couple. They're still together. King and Queen of Swords is very different. They are separated and they don't visit each other. You know, they may agree to disagree in this situation, but it looks as if you're coming to the end of a very difficult cycle here, okay? You've put in a lot of hard work. You've been carrying this burden for a long time. It's been hard to know exactly what direction this is going to go in. You don't really know. There's a lot you don't know about this, but something's coming to an end. You're going to get to a place where you're able to lay the burden down, put it down, okay? Rest, recuperate, and then you'll be able to reflect and look back on the last, I don't know, 10, 20 years of your life, however long. You'll be able to look back on the past and reflect on just how far you've come and just how much work you put into this and how much time and what did it cost you? What did it show you about yourself and others? What did you learn about this? What wisdom can you take away from this experience? What would you do differently if you could go back in time and do it again? What would you do differently? What will you choose to do differently as you move forward into the future? Because there is a new adventure here. There's a new beginning. For some of you, maybe this partnership will help you to put something down. But I think the overall energy here is a separation or divorce between these two people who are seeming to go their separate ways. It looks like the Queen of Swords is leaving. Okay, she's the one that's leaving. It could really go either way. The King of Swords seems like he's coming to the end of this burden as well. So both of them, it seems like she's initiating the separation. But he is also feeling like he is coming to the end of a difficult chapter in his life. Let me see. Yeah, am I correct on this? Yeah, this has to do with family. This is the Ten of Cups. This is, you know, this is the happy family. And it's, yeah, I don't know. Am I feeling happy family with this? No. But it could be, yeah, things are definitely changing for this situation. Perhaps this once was a loving family situation. Maybe you had children together, you had a home together, and this is different. Look at this. 10 of Cups, 10, Wheel of Fortune is another 10, and then the 9 of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit, which is another 9. So, are you getting together with somebody or are you separating? Or is it a little bit of both? Maybe you're separating from a situation in order to be with somebody else. You know what this looks like to me? This looks like you've come to the end of this family thing. Your children have left the house, you know, you're older. Yeah, you may be older with the Hermit being here. He represents an older person, very wise, learned a lot of life lessons through firsthand experience, coming to the end of a chapter with the world. 10 of Pentacles. All the tens now have come out, and then the 9 of Wands. It's as if you are no longer focused on the family. Things are changing, and now you're focused on yourself and what makes you happy as an individual. I get the sense, I get the feeling somebody here is older, like 50s or 60 years old. And you had a family, you were married when you were young. You raised your children together. It was hard work. Maybe you sacrificed a lot, and there have been a lot of ups and downs along the way. You love your family, you love your children, but you never really got to know yourself. You didn't get to focus on yourself. It was all about other people. And now your husband or your wife has left you. You've separated. You're living apart from each other. You know, you're retired. And it seems like to me I'm reading for somebody who is separated, okay? I just keep getting that message. I want to be fair to other people who may be watching who maybe are not separated, but I keep getting pulled back to separation. So I'm just going to go with that storyline for now. If it doesn't resonate with you, check your other placements, or, you know, maybe the next reading will be for you. The next Capricorn reading will be yours. But right now I feel called to talk about the separation or divorce. You raised your children, you raised your family, you sacrificed yourself, you did a good job, more or less, you know, you did what you were supposed to do, you followed through, and now you're heading into retirement, or, you know, you don't have to do that anymore, and you're focusing on what makes you happy and what you want to do. Yeah. Your life is changing, and you're being set free from these obligations. And now you're like, well, what do I do? It's empty nest. The nest is empty. My husband and I are separated or divorced or widow. You're a widow, maybe. He's passed on or something, or she's passed on or something like this. And now you can focus on yourself. So you've learned so much, you're wise, but you're older, and you realize that every heartbeat is a countdown to the end of your life. And you want to do something with the next chapter, because this chapter has ended. Yeah, this chapter where you were focused on the family has ended. You've come to the finish line with the 9 of Wands. You're almost finished this work, right? And yeah, now look at this. I get somebody who's retired. You're now able to rest and relax and come up with something new, create something new. Maybe you have some resources, you may be wealthy, you may have a solid foundation, a pension or a retirement fund or 401k or whatever you call it. Social security, and you know, you're not working anymore. What are you going to do with your time? Do something new. There may be some anxiety about this next chapter. Maybe you're worried about resources and finances. You know, there could be you may be feeling lonely. You may want to learn something new, learn a new language, maybe higher education, maybe travel, maybe, I don't know, I get the sense that somebody wants to try something new. There's some restrictions here, some kind of anxiety, some kind of loneliness. Maybe there's been difficulty, maybe this was challenging, some of the ending was challenging. There's a challenge here when it comes to health or finances. Your health may be a factor in starting this new thing, but you do have a new opportunity here, and maybe you don't have a lot of resources, but you're like, how am I going to use the little bit of resources that I have to find what's missing in my life and to make the most of this next chapter, because while you may have been successful in your life, there is something that's missing emotionally or spiritually. There's something missing. There's something you feel called to explore or to experience, and you want to, there you go, you want to get that ninth cup, the Ace of Cups. Like, maybe you want a new love in your life. Maybe you want to celebrate this next chapter by experiencing a real connection or emotional renewal, or like a psychic, emotional, like, yeah, spiritual refreshment. Like, you need to take a break. You need some rest and healing and regeneration so that you can have good, okay. There's something about taking care of your health, taking care of health issues, making sure things are taken care of so that you can go towards something and celebrate the ninth cup. Okay, because the Eight of Cups is here. Maybe you were successful in some ways. You established yourself, you raised your family, and now you're lonely or feeling like, okay, I read a story last night. I've been reading a collection of short stories from a book called Mr. Bones by Paul Theroux. And one of the stories, I can't remember the name of it. It's over across the room. I'm not going to look for it right now, but I know it was the one where he goes to Bangkok, all right? The character in the story is an older man. He's in his late 50s. He's just about to retire. He's got one last job to do. He's got like 1 year left before he retires. He works for this company as an accountant. He raised his family. He's been married, you know, whatever. In the story, I don't even think they had children, but they take care of, he and his wife take care of her mother, who's in a nursing home. And he's thinking about the rest of his life. His wife is in the same age group, and she didn't really take care of her health, and she had a leg injury. She injured her knee, and she's been sitting on the couch, sedentary, gaining weight, like unhealthy lifestyle choices. And also, you know, her accident with her knee, you know, restricted her mobility or whatever. Her mother is in a wheelchair in a nursing home and is, you know, not even aware of who's standing in front of her half of the time, drooling on herself. And he's looking at all of this and he's thinking, is this the rest of my life after I retire? Am I just going to be stuck in a house in Maine, where he doesn't really like living in Maine. It's cold. He doesn't like the cold. He wants to live someplace warm, but that's where he's got his house with his wife. And he's got this question, like, what am I going to do? Because he's got 1 or 2 more years left of work, and then he's got maybe 20 plus years left of his life. And he going to spend the rest of his life living in a house with, you know, in a house he doesn't really want to live in a location he doesn't really want to live in, with a wife that he's not really close to anymore. They're very polite to each other, but that's about it. You know, watching her health decline as she seems to turn into her mother. Like, he thinks you know, he's being brutally honest. When he looks at his wife, he sees the future for her is basically the same as her mother, a wheelchair in a nursing home, drooling on herself. And he's having this almost crisis of mortality, right? Realizing that every heartbeat is a countdown to the end. And he wants to live. So he's been successful in his life. He owns a home. He's raised his family or whatever. I don't think they have children in that particular short story. But for you, or for somebody that I'm reading for here, maybe you have children, maybe you don't. My point is, you've established yourself. You had a career. You did everything you were supposed to do. You did everything right. You have a marriage. You are successful in many ways. And yet something is missing. And so in the story, he meets a girl in Thailand, Bangkok. And I don't want to spoil the story for you. You can read how it turns out for him. It's a lot. It's up and down. But what I'm getting here is there was something missing in his life. The Eight of Cups is like something is missing in your life, and you've got to go on this journey to find it, to find your missing cup, because the Nine of Cups is self-satisfaction and wish fulfillment, and sometimes a miracle, sometimes a blessing. I do see something is a blessing here, something very happy, but it's like looking for your ninth cup is like looking for that missing piece, that emotional and spiritual connection or satisfaction, or yeah, I think you know what I mean. So here's the Ace of Cups. There's your missing cup, looking for that experience that you haven't had because you've been so focused on work, because you've been so focused on family, and now your family's grown up. Now you're separated from your husband or wife or what have you. You're on different paths. You're on different trajectories. You can't stay on this path that you see. There's like a dread of the future. You can't live without having this experience. And I see you going towards it, celebrating this milestone in your life, celebrating some kind of a new beginning. Something comes to an end for some new chapter of your life to begin, and it's beautiful. There's this new love. There's this new hope. There's this emotional, spiritual fulfillment and satisfaction. And there you go. The sword, the Ace of Swords, is the truth. Represents that true love, true clarity of heart and mind. And yeah, you're taking action on this. You're getting clear. You're no longer doubting yourself. You're no longer going to stay stuck in this Eight of Swords mentality of pessimism and keeping yourself stuck in this mindset. There's all this mental interference. There's this back and forth and indecision. You know, you're getting clarity on this question of what to do next, and you're taking action on it. There's some fear and anxiety here, but there's also this Ace of Wands, this push forward, this passionate new beginning, this almost like a lust for life, this drive. You're being driven with the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands. You feel driven to take action on something, even though you may be afraid, even though there may be some mental interference. You are not trapped. You are gaining freedom. You may need more information, but I see you gaining freedom. I see you learning something new and making plans for the future. I think the advice for the Eight of Swords is to relax and trust life and to go for it with the Knight of Wands. Trust that you will be taken care of. Ten of Wands at the bottom of this deck too. So it's coming to an end, the end of this heartbreak, there may be some sorrow here, and it may be difficult to overcome this. There's trouble in this relationship, imbalance, lack of reciprocity. The truth may sever ties and disturb the peace, but here we go with the Ace of Wands again. King and Queen of Pentacles is in the background somewhere, just saying, but the Ace of Wands is going for taking action on this new beginning. Yeah, Ten of Wands to Ace of Wands, Three of Swords, Three of Cups. There may have been, you know, maybe you have an affair. There may be a third party, right? And having a love affair outside of the marriage. And there's the Ace of Wands. So there's some new beginning. It's powerful, it's fertile, it's creative, it's passionate, it's action-oriented. And there's the Queen of Pentacles again. So King and Queen of Pentacles has showed up. It's about health, it's about wealth, it's about finances, and it's about diet and nutrition. It's about financial security, and yeah, you have a choice to make with the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords are very similar in that you're ignoring outside influences to come to your own conclusions, but one of them is positive, the other one is negative. One of them, Eight of Swords, is like ignoring reality and seeing things in a very pessimistic, negative way that may not be entirely true. And having to sort of relax and trust life and realize that you're not seeing things clearly, you're not seeing the truth, and it's not as bad as you think it is. Two of Swords is like ignoring outside influences in order to come to your own conclusion and make your own decisions from a place of peace. Knowing the truth for yourself, using that knowledge to make a positive choice from I hesitate to say an optimistic place, but definitely from a place of clarity. And it's from a place of peace, but also to ensure your own peace of mind. Making a decision for your own peace of mind, as well as from your own peace of mind. And there's the Empress. There may be a child involved. You may have observed somebody. Yeah, somebody has been maybe dishonest or trying to get away with something. This feminine is getting away. I see, okay. Learning some new skills, perhaps. So, yeah, I also see that somebody's got a lover, perhaps on the side. Somebody very beautiful, lovers, Ten of Pentacles. Looking, there's a Three of Cups, Three of Wands. Love and comfort and beauty. We've got Taurus, we've got Libra. Wanting to take this relationship to the next level, having to defend your choices and your values. Letting something go, making sacrifices. I do see somebody is learning. The Page of Swords keeps coming out, so this is like checking somebody's phone, looking at somebody's social media, a little bit of spying, a little bit of detective work. But yeah, learning and doing research and getting, yeah, Ten of Swords again is coming out. All the tens have come out in this reading. So this has to change. It's a necessary change to make. It may be painful in some ways, but you're following your intuition because you know the truth, even if you can't entirely articulate what it is. It's been painful, but it's necessary. You have to let go. There's nothing you can do. And once you let go, you realize, yeah, you can start to see things from a new perspective. Okay, let's get some Oracle of the Radiant Sun for Capricorn, please. Manipulation, Jupiter in Scorpio. Again, more of this detective work. Somebody's got secrets and somebody else is trying to figure out what those secrets are. There's manipulation. I see, like, I always think of hypnotism when I see that card. Inheritance, Saturn in Scorpio. A lot of Scorpio here. Manipulation, inheritance. So you could be receiving an inheritance. And we'll get one more, please, for Capricorn. I'm going to read from the book for that. And then practicality is the moon in Capricorn. So, okay, we did see the Empress. Now I'm seeing this again. There could be a mother figure or an important feminine person, important woman involved in this. There's somebody here who is like a manager, who's calling the shots, who's directing everybody else and telling people what to do. Okay, practicality. I did see the King and Queen of Pentacles as well. So it's about being realistic, practical, grounded, and down to earth. Somebody may be somewhat materialistic as well. And with the Ten of Pentacles, yeah, inheriting property or leaving behind a legacy of having been very practical and built something from the ground up. Okay, let's get some tea leaf cards for Capricorn, please. Okay, we've got Yeah, financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. So financial gain coming from something you did in the past is like, maybe that's from the inheritance, maybe that's from your pension or your retirement, or some kind of investment has paid off. You're climbing the ladder to success. The nest, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Woman, dealings or relationships with a woman. Okay, again, that empress, that mother figure, that woman is involved here. Tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. Okay, successfully overcoming a problem. Danger, especially in money matters. Watch out for your money. Yeah. Let me get, you got to be careful of your money. Okay, and let's get one more, please. Heartache over what you no longer have. Yeah, there's some sorrow here, for sure. I did get that Three of Swords, some suffering and sorrow over what you no longer have. You got to take care of money issues. You're being warned of some kind of danger. I get the feeling of somebody like manipulating your inheritance and having to be very practical with your resources. Emotionally secure, loving family. That's the Ten of Cups. So your family is very important to you. And maybe you are leaving a relationship because you want to have a family and you can't have a family with this person or something. And now your family dynamic is changing. I read this as you love your family, you took care of them, you're emotionally secure in your family, but now your life is changing and your kids have left the house, you're separating from your partner, and now you get to focus on yourself. You're like, what am I going to do with this next chapter? There are some financial difficulties. We did see that Five of Pentacles. There is some anxiety about money, and having to be very practical with your resources is coming up again. So you'll definitely want to watch out for that. But you will be successfully overcoming this money problem. And maybe even your heartache as well, slowly but surely. Climbing towards success, and you will be gaining with the dolphin here too. So that's a positive omen for your money, positive sign. Let's get one of these Enigma cards for Capricorn, please. Maybe after you raise your children, if you're not finished yet, you'll be able to have more time to focus on yourself. And you will have money and resources too, but you need to plan ahead. So this is the knowledge card. This is about applying your intelligence. This is about reading books and learning new things. Okay, we did have the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. All about being a student, being open to learning new things, being open to new experiences. And yeah, okay, reading books is going to be an important part of this. There's something for you to learn. I guess you could learn it online as well. You could use the internet to learn these things. You have the knowledge that you need and the intelligence to, so apply your intelligence to this situation. And also, it's about staying focused, absolutely focused on what you need to do here. There may be some very specialized intelligence, very specialized knowledge that you can tap into. But stay dedicated to learning. Stay dedicated, to learning something new. And open and rational. I think rationality is important here too. With the King and Queen of Swords, they're very rational, logical people. All right, let's get an astrology card. One astrology card to confirm and clarify this reading for Capricorn, please. House number 6, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. Okay, practicality, the 6th house, the house of Virgo. So we saw the Hermit, Virgo. We've got the card for practicality here. It's important to be practical, to take care of your health, to establish a foundation for yourself in your daily, day-to-day routine. Or maybe these are the challenges or the changes that are coming to you in the 6th house. You may want to look at your own 6th house and see if you have any important 6th house placements or what sign is on your 6th house. And that could help to point you in the right direction of what you need to know, what you need to change, what is changing. Practical details, it's like your daily routine may be changing right now. Or there's some kind of knowledge that you can apply to your day-to-day routine that may be good for your health, good for budgeting. All about so maybe it's about focusing on the practical details of your day-to-day life right now, because things are changing. Things are always changing, but it looks like, especially when it comes to your family. I mean, if you are separating from your partner, if you are starting a new chapter, if something is coming to an end, you know, like I keep saying, your children have grown up, and now you're separating from your partner and you're going to be single, and now you're going to have all of this time to yourself. What is your daily life going to look like? You're retired. Let's say you're looking at retirement, but you still have 20 years left of your life. So what do you want your daily routine to look like? You want to be healthy, right? You want to have the energy and the physical fitness to have a good quality of life going forward, right? You don't want to spend the next 20 years of your life in a wheelchair if you can help it. Or if you are going to be in a wheelchair, what is your daily routine going to look like? Are you going to read books? Are you going to watch movies? Is somebody going to be there to take care of you? Are you going to need to take care of yourself? You can do, okay, let's say you know that in 5 or 10 years, your children are going to be leaving the house if they haven't already. And why not start now? Start looking forward to that now. Doing exercises while you still can, so that in 10, 20 years from now, you don't need somebody's assistance. You can be independent, looking forward to retirement, being independent, being on your own, and embracing it. You can do some yoga or something. This is obviously depends on your own level of physical fitness. I know that everybody's in a different place. But for somebody that I'm talking to in this particular reading, it's like you're looking forward to retirement. You know that perhaps you and your husband or your wife are going to be going your separate ways or living separate lives. After the children are grown, you're not going to really be together anymore. Maybe you don't want to be together anymore. Maybe you want to have different experiences. Maybe your trajectory, your paths are splitting up. So maybe you get healthy now, so that in 10 years from now, you don't need somebody to help you get up out of your chair to go to the bathroom. You don't need somebody to cook for you when you're 70 years old. You know, you'll still have another 10 or 20 years of life where you can bend down and tie your own shoes, where you can go get your own mail, where you can go get your own groceries. I do feel like that's a message here. It's an important message here to look forward to the future. There's so much potential opening up for you. But also take care of your money. Make sure your finances are in order. Apply that knowledge now to the practical details of your day-to-day life to establish a foundation of health and financial well-being going forward, so that you do have something to do, so that you do have something to look forward to when you are retired. I do feel somebody is retired here. What is this manipulation? What is manipulation? Jupiter in Scorpio. A difficult legal problem. Persuasive promotion or propaganda for a person or project. Detective work to prize out someone's secret. In a reading, this card may warn that one is following a false or manipulative person. The 8th house shows a benefit from inheritance or heirloom. So you're probably going to benefit from an inheritance or an heirloom. It's important for you to be practical about the way that you handle this. But it also looks like somebody's got a secret. They may have a secret love affair. Do you want to know about that? Are you going to find out about that? I did get the Page of Swords, 3 of Swords, 3 of Cups. So it looks like you're looking into it. You're doing a little detective work. For some of you, you may find out that your partner has been cheating or has had an affair on the side, and this may be the catalyst for your breaking up. You know, okay, so you want to go be with somebody else. I'm going to go do my own thing. Actually, now I'm going to be single. And you know what? The kids are grown anyway, so we don't even really need to have anything to do with each other anymore. We raised our children. They're fine children, and now we can go our separate ways, and I can go find out about myself and learn who I am and learn what makes me happy and find my 9th cup. I don't know. That's up to you. Okay, so for those of us who want to put a date on this reading, I'm going to get 1 or 2 months. We've got August. So this past August could have been very important to you, or maybe August of next year is when you retire, for instance, just an example. Maybe August of next year is when this Wheel of Fortune turns for you and now you're going to be single. August of next year could also be an important birthday for some. It could be a Leo or a Virgo that you're involved with. That could be important to you, or you could have this in your chart. 1 more month for Capricorn, please. Also July. So next summer. Next summer, you could be receiving your inheritance next summer. Look forward to next summer. Things will look a lot different to you this time next year. July is also Cancer, Leo season. So you could definitely be dealing with a Leo, or you could have Leo in your chart. House number 6 is also the house of Virgo. Again, so August, Leo, Virgo season. You could have Virgo in your chart, or Leo, or Cancer. So you may want to look at those readings. There could be something in that for you. Okay, so yeah, slowly but surely things are getting ahead. So maybe, you know, if you take care of these practical details now, then by the time next year comes around, may seem like a long way away, but it's really not. In the cosmic scheme of things, it's really not. You will be successful, slowly but surely being successful. Yeah, so maybe that's when you'll start to see that success for you. And, you know, yes, you're dealing with the heartbreak of things changing, but you can also choose to look at it as a new lease on life, a new opportunity to set forth on a new adventure. And who knows, there's so much potential here for some beautiful things to happen. You never know. So maybe you have reason to be optimistic. When all is said and done, yes, there is some heartache over, maybe you miss your children, you miss them from when they were babies, and you know, it's important for you to have a loving family, and now you just don't have that anymore. You have the empty nest, and yeah, the nest came up, so you know, I can see why there might be some mixed feelings about this, but I also see that you do have blessings coming your way. You will find your 9th cup. You will have this happiness and emotional satisfaction going forward after you end this cycle, end this relationship, and go towards something new. So there's reason to be optimistic and fearless going forward towards this. Is that all? Anything else for Capricorn today, Spirit? Nope, that's what we've got. All right, look forward to next summer. Take care of the details now. And yeah, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how interesting life can be. Maybe you already know. You'll get to apply your knowledge and your wisdom, and yeah, stay open to new experiences, stay open to learning new things. And I think for some of you, I think you may be very pleasantly surprised at how interesting life can be. All right, well, that's what I've got for you today, Capricorn. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was of service to you. If you enjoyed this and you'd like a personal reading, my email's in the description box below. You can email me. I'll let you know how it works. You let me know what you need. But in any case, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye.